One day, all of us will die. But sadly, the 12th leading cause of death today is death by suicide. And it's 4 times more prevalent amongst men than it is with women. What's the problem? The problem is that we have this voice inside of our heads. Welcome to today's podcast. We're going to dive right into the center of the fire and we're going to discuss You're Not Broken. The problem is a lot of us think that we are. A lot of us have a negative mindset. A lot of us have negative thoughts inside of our head. A lot of us have had our ship, where we're supposed to be the captain of that ship, infiltrated and taken over by the pirates, by the saboteurs. They've taken over the helm, and now it's a rudderless ship, and it's taken us to Skull Island, and it's trying to beat us down, and it's trying to let us know you'll never make it. You're inept. You're inadequate. You're unworthy. You're unlovable. You're broken. Everyone else over there, they're happy. They have a better life. See, you go on Facebook, you go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, you go on all these different platforms like LinkedIn. You think everyone else has it good. What's wrong with me? Did God leave me out of the master plan? Why am I so broken? Who can relate to that? I mean, 22 to 40 veterans per day taking their life. Maybe you listening have had thoughts of ending your life. Maybe you know somebody that's taken their life. I certainly know a few people that have, and I know friends that have tried to, and thank God they didn't succeed. This is a serious thing that's going on amongst men and women and the military, because so many people truly believe that they're broken. And why is that? Because of that mind of ours. Our mind is not building us up. It's not waking us up every day saying, you got this, you're amazing, start that new business, crush it, you're abundant, you're prosperous, you're connected to God, you're vital, you're alive. How many people wake up feeling that way? No, you wake up and you want to hit snooze. You don't want to get out of bed because the voice is up before you. The pirates are up before you. The saboteurs are up before you. And it leaves so many of us feeling like we're broken. This is a huge problem, and it's a huge epidemic amongst men today, where we think that our problems are so grand, so big, that nobody else is going through what we're going through. Next thing you know, you come to a Man on Fire 4-day immersion, and men are learning inside of the room, oh my God, other men think the way I think, other men are feeling the way I feel. I didn't realize that I wasn't the only one that was feeling this way, because when you feel you're the only way, when you think you're the only one feeling this way, that's scary. That's scary as hell. In fact, Daniel, who came to us, he was a Marine. He came to us because he felt like he lost his soul in the military. He asked, why am I so broken? And, you know, so many people that go to the military, so many amazing men and women, and they have all this spirit, and they have the greatest of intentions of serving their country, and they go in with a smile, and they come out stoic. They were turned into robots. They were turned into machines. You can't feel in the military. Why? Because people lose their lives if you feel. And so even though the war out there ended, the war inside doesn't end. And for so many of us that weren't even in the military, the war inside doesn't end. We've had childhoods, we had traumas, we had micro and macro traumas, we had physical, emotional, sexual abuse in our lives, and all of this energy got stuffed down. And now we think we're broken. And we don't realize that other people are feeling the same way. And thank God someone like Daniel found his way to one of our events, because at our events, we wake people up. We wake men up to remember who the hell they are. We wake men up to start feeling again. Getting that innocence, that purity, that playful nature of that little boy inside that's been pushed down, stuffed down because it wasn't safe to come out. And we know how to bring it out in another person. So for some of you that are listening to this podcast, if you're thinking whether it's for yourself or somebody else, oh my God, I got to send somebody to this seminar. They got to help my friend, or maybe it can help you. Yes, it can, because love always wins. And when you surround yourself in a group of men that are heart-centered, that have the purest of intentions, and that are here to help you rise as opposed to try to pull you down, because there's too many men today that are judging each other, too many men that are competing with one another, too many men that are operating from jealousy, operating from their egos and putting others down, when we should be here building one another up. So I have news for you. You are not broken. You just forgot who you are, and you don't need to be fixed. You just need to be reminded who the hell you are, because you are extraordinary. You are phenomenal. You are exceptional. You are incredible. You are extraordinary, and don't you forget it. Now, what's the problem? Well, the problem is you've likely been tuned into the wrong station. What do you mean by that, David? Well, I mean that when you're listening to the radio when you're a kid, You know to go to the right megahertz frequency so you can hear the music you want to listen to. And if you're like 1 or 2 megahertz frequencies off, next thing you know, you're listening to music you don't want to listen to. Same with the TV. If you're on the wrong channel, you're watching something you don't want to watch. So what do? You change the channel. You're listening to the radio, you don't like what you're hearing, you change your station, you change your megahertz frequency. But so many of us are right now tuned into the worst megahertz frequency called, let me show you how to screw up your life. Let me show you how to feel like a loser. Let me show you how to feel like you're broken. So what do you do about that? Well, what I want you to recognize is that there's a few steps that you can take right now that I teach the brothers in my community of what can you do to change your station in order to start hearing different thoughts inside of your head, in order to start feeling differently, in order to be reminded that you are enough, in order to be reminded that you're not broken, in order to be reminded that you are extraordinary. What's one thing that all of us could do? We can change our posture, right? Just like when you were a little kid and your parents wanted you to sit up straight. Right now, if you notice your posture, you may notice when you're having dark thoughts or negative thoughts, oh my God, my head is down, my shoulders are rounded, my breathing is shallow. Posture is how we have to posture ourselves to feel safe. But when you're postured to feel safe, you're not postured to grow. So if I asked everyone right now to go into a posture of being focused and being present and being decisive and being determined, you'd all sit up straight. Head would be over your shoulders. Chest would be up. If I said, hey, go into a posture of celebration, your arms will go up in the air. If I said, hey, go into a posture where you feel awe, you feel rapture, you feel gratitude, you feel grace, you feel connected to omnipresence, you feel connected to God, Buddha, Jesus, Allah, whoever it is for you, you probably go like this. So the one thing of the 3 tips I'm going to give you that you can do instantly is notice that when you're having negative thoughts, when you're feeling like you're broken, when you're feeling down on yourself, notice what is your posture, and you can instantly change your posture. Because your posture reveals like 10,000 things about you. Just like a picture is worth 1,000 words, your posture is worth 10,000 words. So the one thing I want you to do is always know how to command your posture, because it can bring you from darkness into the light. It can bring you from dark thoughts into light thoughts. It can bring you from feeling down on yourself into all of a sudden feeling great about yourself just by changing your posture. Number 2, get your body moving. Most people that are down, most people that feel broken, most people that have dark thoughts, most people that are swimming in a sea of negativity, their bodies aren't moving. They're very still. They've gotten used to vegging on the couch, staying in bed, sitting behind a desk. We were designed to move. We were designed to have our energy and energy and motion. So anytime you get your body moving, doing jumping jacks, doing push-ups, do sit-ups, do squats, whatever it takes, get on a bike, go for a run, go for a walk, whatever you can do, get your body moving, because once your body is moving, you're going to have more life force, you're going to have more energy, more chi, your emotions are going to be moving, and all of a sudden you connect with emotions that you previously couldn't connect with. Instead of the negative ones and the dark ones and the lower ones, now all of a sudden you have access to the higher emotions. Number 3, I want you to write out what are some of the negative thoughts that you have on a daily basis, like I'm not good enough, or I'm a loser, or I'm broken, whatever it is. And by the way, those listening, if you don't have any of those thoughts, that's great. I mean, we have over 100,000 thoughts per day, some of us, so I'm guessing a lot of them could be negative for some of you. So if you catch 1 or 2 or 3 here and there, or for some of you listening thinking, yeah, my thoughts are always negative, write it out. So for example, you might write out the thought says, you're a loser, or you're not good enough, or you're broken. And just write it out. And then what I want you to do is write the exact opposite. Write the exact opposite. So if you wrote down, I'm not worthy, then you're going to write down, I am worthy. And what I want you to do is put on your favorite music, start dancing to your favorite music or working out to your favorite music, and say the statement out loud that was the exact opposite of the negative one that you wrote down. Say it out loud, say it in a louder voice than you would normally speak, and after you say it, with a fist, gently tap your chest, as if you're ingraining it in you, as if you're embodying that new emotion. You're like resetting your system, you're resetting those neural pathways, you're connecting your brain to your body, and you're telling your brain, yes, I am enough, yes, I am worthy. And you do this 10 times. 10 times. So number 1, shift your posture. Number 2, get that body moving. And number 3, write out the positive thought, the opposite of the negative thought. Dance to it, work out to it, say it out loud, and then touch your chest so you get it inside of your body. Those are the 3 things that I want you to do. Take this to heart. It is not a good thing when somebody's having dark thoughts and they're thinking about exiting this life, or even if they're not thinking about exiting this life, just to live in a sea of negativity, just to believe that you're not enough, to believe that you're broken, that can ruin a person's life. And we have the ability, through our love and through our care and shining our light more fully, we have the ability to help each other rise again. So please share this with somebody that needs it. Put your comments in the chat below. Let us know what you got from this podcast. Give us one big takeaway. And please remember, you are amazing, you are extraordinary, and you are phenomenal. All right, guys, I'll see you inside the next podcast. So much love. Together, we all rise. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you'll know the next episode has dropped.